I want to talk about delighting in God's truth with Lisa. So, Delighting in God's Truth with Lisa, that is the name of our Facebook page for Read the Bible in a Year in 2019. So raise your hand if you're doing the Read the Bible in a Year with us. Okay, so for those of you who aren't, we are going to do it again next year, so just stay tuned. But what I wanted to share with you, for those of you who are reading, if you make it to next Thursday, or if you catch up by next Thursday, you will have read 1/3 of the Bible in 2019. Ladies, that's big. 1/3. So just 2/3 more to go. I think that is really cool. So set that as your goal to catch up by next Thursday if you're not already caught up. But I want to I love this. So I hope that you all got my email, for those of you who are reading the Bible in a year, because this was the picture that I had. Where did you see Jesus in today's reading? So it came from Delighting in God's Truth with Lisa, is who the email would have come from. And I sent it on Sunday, on Easter. And this is so important because for any of you who think that God doesn't know that we're reading the Bible in a year, that God doesn't know that you're reading the Bible in a year, guess what our reading was on Easter? Psalm 22 was our reading on Easter. Now, of 365 days out of the year, how cool is God? We're in the middle of the Old Testament, ladies. How cool is God to orchestrate it so that the page we're on Easter is about the suffering servant, is about Jesus. I mean, so do y'all mind if I just share that real quick? The scriptures that we read were Psalm 22, and some of the highlights were Psalm 22:1, my God, why have you forsaken me? That was prophesying. Now, this is King David. He's talking 1,000 years before Jesus came on the planet. 1,000 years. And he says in Psalm 22, David is crying out, my God, why have you forsaken me? Matthew 27:46, at about 3 o'clock, Jesus called out in a loud voice, my God, why have you forsaken me? Psalm 22:8, David says, is this the one who relies on the Lord? Then let the Lord save him. If the Lord loves him so much, let the Lord rescue him. This prophecy is fulfilled, ironically, by the Jewish leaders who are the ones who nailed Jesus to the cross, because they said, and I quote in Matthew 27:43, he trusted God, so let God rescue him now if he wants him, for he said, I am the Son of God. These Jewish leaders did not know they were quoting Scripture and prophesying at the same time, because God did rescue him, and he rescued all of us at the same time. Is that not amazing? This was our reading on Sunday, on Easter. Our reading out of 365 days of the year. This was our reading on Easter. May 22nd, 14th, my life is poured out like water. This prophecy was fulfilled in John 19:34. One of the soldiers, however, pierced his side with a spear, and immediately blood and water flowed out. Psalm 22:16, they have pierced my hands and my feet, King David said. The crucifixion fulfills that in that they nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the cross. We read the words of King Jesus in Luke 20:24. Look, my hands, look, my feet. You can see it's really me. In Psalm 22:18, they divide my garments among themselves and throw dice for my clothing. Prophecy fulfilled in Matthew 27:35. After they nailed him to the cross, the soldiers gambled for his clothes by throwing dice. So if you think that God doesn't know that you're reading the Bible in 2019, I just want to tell you, he knows. He orchestrated our reading about the Messiah on Easter. That so blessed my heart. Words just cannot express.